Well, let's see about the news here quickly. 3-minute news update. The Boston Globe, Monday, September 23, 2024. The Boston Globe, serving our community since 1872. In Death of Recruit, a question of jurisdiction. State police training tragedy brings calls for fair, transparent inquiry process. And then, of course, the picture is captioned here, Enrique Delgado Garcia. And the byline goes to Sean Cotter, Globe staff. In 1988, the shocking death of a police trainee and the hospitalization of at least 10 others from injuries they suffered at a state police-run academy led the Attorney General's office to turn to a rarely used legal process, a public judicial inquest. Okay, more on that. State Police, page A7, follow up on that. Next headline. Fears rise of all-out war in Mideast. Hezbollah, Israel intensify attacks, spurring concerns as focus shifts from Gaza. By Adam Razgon, Ewan Ward, and Waida Said, New York Times. Jerusalem. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and a top Hezbollah leader vowed on Sunday to increase the intensity of their cross-border attacks, raising fears that the renewed conflict could escalate into all-out war. And then the inset there says, UN diplomats are set to convene against a backdrop of increasing violence on A4. And moving along here, the headlines. The Boston Globe, Monday, September 23, 2024. Now we see an impatient wait for patient care. 4 years after flash flood, people in Norwood want their hospital back. The weather then, suggested retail price $4. Budget deal for Congress. Leaders from both parties unveiled a short-term agreement to fund the government. On the grounds of the historic Shirley Eustis House in Roxbury, painted stones serve as markers, honoring enslaved Americans. B1. The Fed's rate cut decision should help consumers seeking a mortgage or a new car. The fine print, D1. The Sox season isn't over yet. Tristan Casas muscled Boston to a doubleheader sweep of the Minnesota Twins, C1. The Bruins' postseason is just beginning. Boston lost 3-2 in its opener with the Rangers. And then for BJ's, a flip of the shopping script. Plans big expansion of brick-and-mortar stores far from Massachusetts. By John Chesto, Globe staff. And BJ's, planning an expansion. Flags spark a free speech dispute in New Hampshire. Lawsuit pivots on meaning of poles in front of City Hall by Stephen Porter, Globe staff. Now show. One of the flagpoles outside Naushu City Hall is the latest lightning rod in litigation over free speech. And we'll follow up with that on flags. And these are the headlines from the Boston Globe on Monday, September 23, 2024. And next up, we need to look at the sports. And then, of course, let's see what else we've got in here. Burlington Free Press. And then finally, New York Times from Monday, September 23, 2024. And a lot of news there to cover, the day-old news. Stand by for that.